I have a family of clients who are moving up from a very different area. They're coming all the way from Arizona. And we had their inspection the other day and had a lot of questions about what was normal for our area. So let's talk about a few of the things we commonly see in Pacific Northwest inspections, primarily due to our area and our climate. First up, we see a lot of wood rot. Now, I know that sounds scary because wood rot and water intrusion anywhere can be a hefty remediation process. But wood rot is often found on the edges of the roof where the fascia or the trim line meets the roof. The reason for this is all of that water runoff from our very rainy climate makes it very easy for that type of rot to appear. All it means is you got to be good about either cutting or sanding off that rot and making sure it is well painted or sealed for the wet months. Next, we see a lot of rodent activity underneath the house. All I'd recommend is getting under the house so you can clean up whatever is left of that rodent activity and make sure the underbelly is well sealed off so it can't occur again. Lastly, this one's gonna sound really scary, but that's why we call it organic growth. Otherwise known as mold, you will notice in most of your inspection reports, the inspector does not call it mold specifically. That's because you need an actual mold specialist to come in and diagnose that problem. Now, we are a rainy and damp climate. What does that mean? It means your attic space where it's warm, where it's moist, is a perfect opportunity for that type of growth to occur. It is very common on those inspection reports to see a note of organic growth on the underside of the attic wall. What we do in that scenario is, yes, of course, you can have an actual mold specialist come in to check out and see what type of mold it is and whether it is harmful. If it is not, however, what we would do is give it a good spray of mold killer / primer and make sure the attic is well ventilated. As long as we have good dry airflow, your attic is going to be just fine. Now, let me be clear, some of these things might require further evaluation. And if you're looking at an inspection report that has any of these things on the docket, you are always welcome to get a second opinion. Keep this in mind the next time you look over an inspection report for a home in the Pacific Northwest. Just know you might see some of those on your upcoming home report.